The OMEGA Railmaster was first introduced in 1957 as part of OMEGA's professional trilogy alongside the Seamaster 300 and Speedmaster. Designed specifically for scientists, engineers, and railway workers, it featured anti-magnetic properties to protect the movement from electromagnetic fields, a major innovation at the time. Unlike its siblings, the original Railmaster flew under the radar commercially and was discontinued in the 1960s. However, it gained a cult following and was later revived in various modern iterations, blending its understated tool watch aesthetic with updated movements and OMEGA's signature coaxial technology. Today's new version of the Railmaster is based on the Aquaterra and is actually a Seamaster as well, but it offers a more casual and very clean dial with no date, and a case which is brushed and high polished. So the question will be, is this just an Aquaterra dial variant? Or is this Railmaster worthy of its heritage? Let's find out. Welcome everyone, it's Chris with the Little Treasury channel, where we bring you original and in-depth watch content at least once per week. And if you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be alerted as soon as we upload. I'm from Little Treasury Jewelers, which is located in Gambrels, Maryland, and it's where you go when you're in the know. And if you can't make it to our store, check out our cutting-edge, user-friendly website, littletreasury.com, which is linked to our inventory in real time. All watches that I review are for sale and can be purchased, so please see our website or see the description below to contact us. If you're just joining us now, I'll go over the watch's detailed measurements and features, then I'll offer my personal opinion at the end. In our last video, I reviewed the King Seiko SJE107 Tenjin Fuji Violet, which has a strongly textured dial with a fun purple tone. This one is a great option for those of you who aren't quite ready for a Grand Seiko, but maybe want something that is almost there. It also is a great looking piece with an unusual color and dial, so I recommend really giving this one a look. Wrist check time. Today I'm wearing my OMEGA Seamaster No Time to Die. This is my favorite watch in my collection, and I love how light it is, and I love the color, because the color really is what sets it apart from all of the other Seamasters. To me, this one's very special and will absolutely be collectible as soon as they discontinue it, which should be sometime soon. Now tell me which watch you're wearing while you're watching the video, and make sure to tell me why. Now let's get into the features. The OMEGA Railmaster has a 37.7mm case width, a 12.3mm thickness, a 44.8mm lug-to-lug, an 18.8mm lug width, a 32.7mm crystal diameter, and it weighs in at 136.54 grams. The case is made out of stainless steel and has a high polished bezel and matte finish swoops at the lug tips, with a swoop of high polish beneath them. The sides are completely matte finished, and a screw-down crown can be found at the 3 position with the OMEGA logo on the top. The dial is in gray with a gradient that goes to black at the edges. OMEGA can be found in white with the OMEGA logo at the top. The markers are all painted white wedges with Arabic numerals for the 12, 3, 6, and 9, and we have a white minute grade along the edge of the dial. The hands are Dauphine style, and the minute grade has an arrow at the tip, and the second hand does as well. Railmaster in white can be found at the bottom middle portion. Lume can be found on all of the dial markers, and the hour, minute, and second hands. The case back is open and shows off the 8800 caliber, which is decorated beautifully and is always a pleasure to look at. The movement is OMEGA's 8800 automatic coaxial caliber, which is meta certified to be between losing 0 and gaining 5 seconds per day. It has a 55-hour power reserve, beats at 25,200 beats per hour, and is anti-magnetic to a crazy 15,000 Gauss. Being coaxial will give you a service interval of 6 to 8 years, which is significantly longer than the usual 3 to 5 that you see on most watches. The bracelet is a 3-link design with high polish in the center and brushed links on the edges. We have a butterfly-style clasp, which has side pushers, and the other you just simply pull to open. OMEGA added a very clever micro-adjust to this piece, which is built onto the inside and provides one click of on-the-fly adjustment, although it does extend the bottom link and adds a little gap area. The OMEGA Railmaster is 150 meter water resistant and it can be yours for $5,800. Now for my personal opinion. Well, at first, I really didn't understand why this watch even exists, since the Railmaster anti-magnetism is in pretty much all Omega pieces now, and from the photos. But after trying it on and playing with it, I actually really get it and I like it. This is basically an Aquaterra, but without all of the frills like the date or the teak-style texture dial, and it's packed into a smaller case. It also has more brushed areas on the case instead of all high polish, like the Aquaterra 38 pieces. So I describe this as a less dressy Aquaterra to be had for a more reasonable price, because it is about $800 less. It also just looks really clean and casual with the painted indices, lack of date, and lack of all the master chronometer and coaxial writing. Instead, it just has Railmaster and Omega on the dial only. It just looks good. And it wears well on my 6.5-inch wrist. And since this is a little bit less dressy, I actually feel pretty comfortable with this size. It just seems to work. It also is relatively thin for a 150 meter rated watch. I like the micro adjust that they added to the bracelet here too, which is simple and it can be very helpful if you're swelling on a hot day. All in all, this piece does fit into Omega's lineup, and I'll recommend it for those of you who want a more casual and plain and simple Omega sport watch, which can be taken anywhere and done pretty much anything with. Thanks for watching today, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you did, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share with all of your friends and your family members too. I look forward to seeing you next video.